morning, children. Suprabhat. I am PL Mishra. On behalf of Education for You, is going to discuss about speech, that is narration, part 13. Yesterday, we discussed about simple interrogative. There we found the helping verb first of the sentences and used their asked, inquired of, wanted to know of. But today the same thing will happen. We will use the same conjunction, but it is completely complex interrogative that I have taught you in 10th chapter, that I have taught you in voice chapter, how it was formed. In complex interrogative, we use their what, where, who, whose, why, how, when, which. That complex words or verb family words, double H family words will be used here. Complex, C-O-M-P-L-E-X, complex. Once again you write this one, spelling mistake here, C-O-M-P-L-E-X, complex, interrogative, or it has come from double H family. Let us come to discuss about it bit by bit, how the effect is coming. Number one, direct speech. X said to Y, what are you doing here? X said to Y, what are you doing here? That is within inverted comma. I have told you direct speech, the reported speech will be within inverted comma. Whenever it will convert into indirect speech, that inverted comma, and capital letter will be removed. The same thing is happening here. Let us come to discuss. X said to Y, what are you doing here? In indirect speech, X inquired of Y. X inquired of Y what he was doing there. This one is present imperfect, though reporting verb in direct speech is past, then it will change into past imperfect. It is in present imperfect. Whenever you will go to change into indirect speech, that it will be past imperfect. Let's how the effects is happening here. X said to Y, what are you doing here? In indirect speech, X inquired of Y what he was doing there. That means instead of said to, here inquired of used. Next one there, direct speech. X said to Y, where is my umbrella? X said to Y, where is my umbrella? In indirect speech, X wanted to know of Y. X wanted to know of Y where his umbrella was. Next come here, direct speech. X said to Y, who has given you salary? X said to Y, who has given you salary? In indirect speech, in case instead of said to, X wanted to know of Y, but in direct speech it was who has. In indirect speech it will be who had. Who has given you salary? Here will be who had given him salary. That means X wanted to know of Y who had given him salary. Let us come here, direct speech. X said X said, comma, within inverted comma, whose watch is this? X said, whose watch is this? In indirect speech, X wanted to know. In indirect speech, X wanted to know whose watch was that. Whose watch was that? Because here was present, imperfect. Here will be in indirect speech, it will be past imperfect. As per formula I have given you in assertive sentences that you have to read it over and over again. If unless until the formula will be practiced by you, you can't proceed on. That's why I'm telling every day you have to practice the formula. You can get formula in assertive sentences that already been discussed. Let's come here. X said, whose watch is this? In indirect speech, X wanted to know whose watch was that. Next come here, direct speech, X said to Y, why are you so sad? Why are you so sad? But in indirect speech, X asked Y, or you may write here, X wanted to know of why he was so sad. Here was same thing, was in present imperfect, it changed into past imperfect. The next one, direct speech, X said to Y, who is your HOD? X said to Y, who is your HOD? HOD, head of department. X said to Y, who is your head of department? In case of indirect speech, X inquired from Y. X inquired from Y how his HOD, who, no, I have told you wrong one. Once again, I am telling you in direct speech, X said to Y, how is your HOD? वो कैसे हैं? How your HOD? How is your HOD? In indirect speech, that means X inquired from Y how his HOD was. How his HOD was. In case of this one, in direct speech, the reported speech was how he is in present, but in indirect speech that will be changed into past imperfect. That's why X inquired from Y how his HOD was. Next come here, direct speech, X said to Y, when are you visiting me again? X said to Y, when are you visiting me again? In indirect speech, X wanted to know from Y. X wanted to know from Y when she was visiting her again. When she was visiting her again. Same thing. Here is no confusion, no problem. But only you have to keep in your mind the formula has given in assertive sentence. You recall assertive sentence. Next come here, direct speech, X said. Direct speech, X said, where do you live? X said, where do you live? In indirect speech, X inquired of me. X inquired of me where I lived. X inquired of me where I lived. Next come here, direct speech, that is X said to Y. X said to Y, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? In indirect speech, X wanted to know from Y. X wanted to know from Y. What did he want? What did he want? X said to Y, what do what do you want from me? In indirect space, X wanted to know from Y, what did he want? Next come here, direct space, X said to Y, direct space, X said to Y, which work did he perform? Which work did he perform? In indirect space, X inquired of Y. X inquired of Y, or X wanted to know of Y, or X wanted to know of Y, which work he had performed. Which work he had performed. Because this one is past indefinite, but in a direct space, reporting verb is past and reported speech is past indefinite. Whenever it will convert into indirect space, that will be past perfect. It was in past indefinite, it will change into past perfect, or it will remain in same position, same status. That means it may remain in past indefinite or past perfect. Same thing happened here. X said to Y, which work did he perform? Which work did he perform? Indirect space, X inquired of Y, which work he had performed, or which work he performed. This is all about my teaching. I hope tomorrow is last about speech, narration, there the permission, about how the permission will be obtained, that will be discussed tomorrow. And I hope to all my children, they should not go outside during this COVID-19 period. They should remain inside and read mindfully what I given to them. And at last, I hope those who likes my teaching, they do subscribe and share their friends and relatives. Thanks.